Hallows, and this is Preserve Halloween Podcast. So we're, I guess, about a week away from October, and this is kind of where things become crunch time. And just to give you some information, I'm recording this while I'm driving home from Louisiana, so you may hear some road noise or whatever, but I figured I'd give it a try. I'm using my AirPods. I've never recorded this way before, but it seems to be working pretty well, uh, which I like. It doesn't matter which way I look, that it still records what I'm saying. Um, I have a problem when I use a microphone that when I turn my head, you can't you can't hear me. So this is kind of cool. AirPods, I'm only using one so that I can hear everything. I don't drive with both of them in my ears. But anyway, so if you hear any noises or if a big truck drives by, you might hear that. But I've got about a 5-hour drive, so this gives me the chance. I may even record a few podcasts if it works out this way. But we are, like I said, a week away from October, that great month. But the problem always is for all of us, we've been hyping up Halloween for, since last Halloween. And, get to the point, go through the summer, things start to, everybody gets excited for Summerween and all that stuff. And then we get to end of August, September, and we're just like, everything's still okay. Stuff's, finally starting to appear in stores pretty much everywhere. But then October hits, and I don't know about you, but I kind of start to panic because there's only 30 days left. And then all this buildup that we've done over, the course of the past year, all of a sudden is crammed into 30 days. But the fun thing about October hitting is that's when a lot of the people that we know that don't, aren't obsessed with Halloween like we are, they start getting into it all. And, overall people seem to be more into it, which I think is cool. But it's that weird, feeling of I'm glad it's finally here, but I know it'll be over very soon. Like, I love Halloween, but it once it hits, it's like it's done. And it's such a weird feeling that you build up this huge anticipation and uh, this love for a certain day, and then it happens. And it's like I guess kind of how you felt as a kid for your birthday. Like you wait all year around for, oh, it's almost my birthday, it's my birthday. Then it's your birthday, and then it's over. And it's like, what happened? Where did all that time go? I guess I'll wait for the next one. And then you kind of have a mourning period, and then you pick right back up and start getting excited for Halloween again. Because for me, and this is kind of where this is naturally leading to, a lot of people know I'm putting on the Preserve Halloween Fest for the second year this November. And I've been getting a lot more inquiries and kind of interest from people that I normally haven't in the past. And a lot of that I think has to do with a great decision by Texas Frightmare to move to the same venue that we use, the Irving Convention Center. It's a wonderful building. I can't wait to see how they utilize it, because that's as long as I've been going, it's been a hotel show, and this will have to change. And a lot of people always are kind of wary about moving a hotel show into a convention center. But the wonderful benefit of the Irving Convention Center is the fact that the Westin's right across the street. So it's very close, and it's a cool little area. There's Texican, the court, the hotel right across the other street, and it's got a really cool courtyard. And then there's the entertainment district where it has quite a few restaurants and the Toyota, or I think it's Toyota Center. I don't remember. There's some kind of music venue over there, and there's the Alamo Draft House. There's a lot of stuff within walking distance. So it's a really cool area. But um, one of the reasons, or one of the things I keep getting asked, and I sometimes people are asking it in kind of a snarky way, which, I mean, whatever, that's fine. Um, but a lot of people genuinely want to know, so that's why I wanted to address this. Why did I choose to pick to do the Preserve Halloween Fest in November? And the simple answer is because I like to spend my October celebrating Halloween. And it's really that simple. Um, I chose to do the event the week before Thanksgiving because people are just starting to get off, for the holiday, and there's really not anything else going on as far as holiday events go. Thanksgiving hasn't happened yet. The weather's great. Almost, universally, the weather's great in most areas. I mean, I'm in the South, so it's not blazing hot triple digits still, so that's great. I mean, it's not going to be snowing, but, well, it might be, but I doubt it. But the weather's nice. You kind of have as much of that fall weather as we can get. It's not, sweater weather or anything like that, but it's nice. And, at night it's somewhat cold, so it's great for us because we don't get, the blistering cold and our seasons are basically 3 summers in a fall, or 3 summers in a spring. We don't have 4 full seasons like everyone up north. Anyway, that's one of the reasons, is because I like to enjoy my October. In fact, this year, my wife and I are going to see Danny Elfman perform in California the weekend right before Halloween. So I wouldn't be able to do that if we had a show. So the other reason is, like I said, Halloween hits and we're all, so excited about Halloween coming. And then when Halloween ends, it's kind of like that feeling of, now what? But I wanted to give people the chance to have that feeling all over again just a few weeks later. It kind of, an extension of the season itself. So like October 31st hit, we all go crazy and everyone loves Halloween, and then November 1st hits and a lot of people go straight into Christmas. And that's fine. Like, I'm not one of those people that, you know, wants to look down or say anything about people who love Christmas, because I mean, there's a lot of people who love all the holidays. They go crazy for, Thanksgiving and any holiday on the calendar they're going to celebrate. That's wonderful. And there's some people who are just as passionate about Christmas and Christmas blow molds and Christmas decorations and all the things that we love. They love it about Christmas. And that's, a lot of the same manufacturers and companies make the Christmas decorations that make Halloween stuff. So it's cool. I don't like the fact that, it's not even October yet, and a lot of stores are already putting Halloween stuff on sale, which means it'll disappear soon. So for the month of October, in a lot of areas, you can't find anything Halloween. Christmas has pretty much taken over. I mean, it's great if you want to find deals or whatever, but it's kind of a weird feeling to walk into a store in October and everything that's out is Christmas or green and red. But that's not going to change. It's that is marketing, and it's going to probably stay that way forever. So just take advantage of the sales, I guess. But one of the other reasons, and this is one of those things that since I do shows for a living, putting on conventions and, events, live events, things like that. Doing a Halloween show in October, you're competing with a lot of other events. So the guests that you can choose from that can attend a show in October is way less than November. Um, at least I think so. And I mean, it may or may not be true, but there are certain people that in October their availability just goes down to nothing. Um, and if I chose to do a show in October, I probably wouldn't get half the guests that we have coming this year. Um, but the main thing, I guess, besides all that, the big thing to me is it doesn't really matter when I do a preserve Halloween festival. I'm even considering doing multiple a year. I really love Irving. I don't think I will take it away from there. I mean, I don't know, but I would like to explore other locations. Like, um, it just has to be feasible for me because I live in the South. Doing shows in the South is easy for me and my just logistics. So um, that's why, I haven't done a show in Salem or I haven't done a show in some of these other, like Oregon or some of these places that are big time, Halloween towns. I mean, New Orleans is down here, but New Orleans is kind of, it is the way it is all year round. But I don't know. I don't feel the need to explain the November dates. I just wanted to address it because as more people find the page and as more people find out about the show itself, I'm getting asked that more and more, like, oh, why are you celebrating Halloween in November? I was like, well, I celebrate it all year round. It's not it's not a question of that. So, I may decide to do a Halloween show in the middle of the summer, like, Midsummer Scream does it, and no one thinks it's odd. Uh, there's other places that do summer Halloween stuff. Um, I don't know. It seems weird. Like it's an odd thing to have, I guess, take offense to. But I love that time frame. November is kind of where I'm sticking with. I want to establish that time frame for me, especially in Irving, because I love that building. The people that work there are wonderful. They get excited to see what I'm going to be, bringing and the guests I'm going to be bringing. So that's always fun. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's really just a choice I decided, and there was no, I don't know. I guess I didn't even really think that it mattered. Like, why not do a show about Halloween in November? What does it matter? Uh, the people that love Halloween, and because of the guest list this year and how much it's more diverse than the first year as far as just mainstream. Um, we have anime people, and it's not. I mean, it's still all tied to Halloween in some way because that's just kind of what I want to do. Um, I know that a lot of people want it to be a horror show, which is fine, but it's not. Um, it's not a horror show per se. It is a crossover, definitely, because a lot of the guests coming are horror, horror fan, uh, like people they want to meet. So, and I'm a horror fan. I love horror movies, but what I really want to make sure that I don't lose focus on is the fact that, you know, I want there to be some kind of educational aspect to the event and just the Halloween, the society altogether. I want people to learn stuff. So I know I'm doing a lot of promoting and talking about the guests that are going to be at the show, and I'm not going to stop that. But I hope that I'm sprinkling it in with things that people are interested in to learn. I do repost some stuff that I've written in the past because there's always a good chunk of people that didn't see it the first time. So plus, I mean, I really just like doing research. It's weird. Uh, But I mean, that's kind of, I wanted to record this podcast. And as always, I mean, if anybody listens to these, they know I ramble a lot. I don't even know if I addressed what I intended to talk about. I think I did. The main thing was I wanted to kind of explain the November dates and why, and why I chose to do that. But I'm really excited about the guests that we have coming. Um, I am working on a couple of podcasts. I like to do a lot of research before I record it. So it's hard to do those when I'm driving down the road because I don't have any of my notes with me. So I'm probably going to do a few more off the cuff podcasts just so I have some stuff recorded because, when I started this podcast, it was intended to be a weekly thing, but I started it during COVID. So I had a lot more free time. Um, so I'm not really holding up my end of the bargain that way. I try to. I do come up with a lot of ideas, but sitting down and recording it takes some, quiet time. I have to be away from uh, any distractions or noises. Of course, that's a stupid thing to say when I'm driving down the highway and I keep getting passed by big trucks. But uh, I have to be in a certain, I guess, mindset or um, space that I feel will work. And I think, this is kind of a cool off the cuff drive down the road, just talking about, Halloween and what I love and what I kind of do. So, but yes, I'm very excited that Joe, Bob, and Darcy are returning. I'm really excited to bring Honey along for the show. It's really cool. I book Jamie Markey and J. Michael Tatum at other events I do, but I thought it would be neat to have them at the Halloween show since they do the Ghoul Intentions, haunted ghost podcast about, haunted places and things. That ties right into Halloween history. And ghost stories is always going to be associated with, to me, with Halloween, even though, historically, ghost stories kind of were a Christmas thing. And, maybe I need to talk, I ask them like who their favorite ghost story authors are. Uh, you know, I probably again this year going to do some readings from ghost stories that I have, or looking up some of my favorite ones. And the first time I recorded those, I did a really bad job. I I'm not really good at reading from a book and not sounding like and making a bunch of ums and uhs and all that the noises that are very distracting. So I may try to do some of those again because there are a lot of ghost stories I love. I'm excited to have, one of the members from the Night Syndicate, which is, if you've been to a haunted house, more than likely you've heard their music because they're huge supporters of haunted houses and letting them use their, you know, music as atmosphere. And we'll be playing their music the entire time, all weekend. He especially wants me to do it, so that's cool. I'm really excited for I didn't plan it this way, and that, that seems like, it may be just, fun story, but I did not plan to have all these witches, like entertainment at the show. Rachel True, of course, from The Craft, and Judith Hogue and Kimberly Brown from the Halloween Town movies, and also having Robin Lively, that was wonderful for me. Teen Witch, I think's just one of the funniest and best movies to watch because you can watch it with anyone. And it's, although it's, getting up there in age-wise, it's still very, it still fits. And the cast is great. I really, I've never met her in person at a show or anywhere, so it's going to be really neat to finally get to meet her. Sandy Johnson's coming. Anyone that's seen Halloween knows her. It was really cool for her to be able to be there. I'm still adding some people. I still have some stuff in the works. The guest list, I'm trying to make it a lot more diverse to be more all over, like for everyone. The first year, I loved it. The first year, I guess this I loved, but I wanted to add some more. I guess I don't know if it's a mainstream, but I want it to be more diverse as far as getting anime people and getting wrestlers like John Layfield's coming, and people are like, well, what does he have to do with Halloween? Well, you know, he wrestled at one point in WWF at the time, now WWE. He wrestled as a member of a Satan worshiping tag team, and for any one of us who love Halloween, we've heard at some point some story that people that love Halloween are just Satan worshipers. So, it's that whole concept I thought would be interesting to have him there. I am working on one more wrestler. Hopefully I can make it happen. Um, but I don't know, Count Gordeval being there, I always want, if I can, to have some representation from horror hosts, because I think that that's one of the hopefully not going to go away anytime soon, but there's not a lot of them left. I'm hoping that somebody picks up the mantle and continues to do this horror hosting into the future, or it develops in some way that it can and keep going. There's a lot of movies I've only seen because they were on one of these shows, and they're super enjoyable. The movies, most of the movies are horrible, but having the host present it and crack jokes between it just makes it more fun to watch. So I know I'm forgetting somebody as far as the guest list goes for the show. I'm trying to think of it in my head. I can't really look it up. I'm kind of going over in my head, who I've missed. I've named all the witches. I've named anime. I've named Joe Bob and Darcy and Honey and uh, Edward Douglas from Midnight Syndicate and John Layfield. We're going to have a really good group of cosplayers. We've only announced Ambrosia, but I have a couple more to announce. They're going to make it fun. Definitely want to do a really big costume contest. We're doing a cash prize again this year. I want to make sure that, excuse me, that gets out way earlier than it did last time. It'll be a $500 cash prize once again. So get that out early. I'm going to spend a big chunk of October promoting, and that's the other reason I wanted to do the show in November, is I can spend all of October promoting it while everyone's like hyped up and like just insane about Halloween. Keep that enthusiasm and excitement going just for a couple more weeks. And if you have the opportunity, come down to Texas and visit us, and let's have fun and celebrate Halloween and trick or treat. And maybe I'm still trying to figure out the logistics of a carving contest, because by then pumpkins are harder to get. But maybe I can do some kind of fake pumpkin decoration thing, or you can send me in the photo. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm gonna have a lot of uh, opportunities to learn things, because I really enjoy teaching people about stuff they might not know. The guest list is good. Uh, Ticket sales are going great. The price for the tickets right now is really good, $40 for the weekend. I mean, that's a 3-day show, $40. That's a really good price. I just think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've bought a lot more decorations to decorate the convention center with. That's one of my favorite parts about this show, is getting to decorate basically, I'm getting to decorate like a tens of thousands square foot house any way I want it. And that's fun. The only thing I can't do is fog machines or whatever, but I really wish I could convince them to let me, but I don't think I will. But other than that, I'm able to just really have fun with the whole idea of getting people together, everyone celebrating Halloween, everybody just having a really fun hangout time, and then, sing some karaoke, watch some movies, maybe hopefully learn something, meet some really cool guests, have some vendors that you buy some stuff from. Still have space for a few vendors I'm trying to be super diverse with that, but there's so many great vendors, especially in Texas. There's a lot of people there that do amazing things. But anyway, I've rambled and talked for 25 minutes, and I think I'm going to cut it off there. If anyone has any questions about the show, go to the website. There's a contact form there that goes straight to me. I'm the one that answers the majority of the emails and questions. So you're asking the guy. It's going straight to my phone, basically. So have fun. I really want to hear about and see. I enjoy, like always, going on Instagram and Facebook and all the social medias and seeing how everyone's getting so excited that, October's almost here. And October 1st is one of those days that I spend quite a bit of time looking at just photos of what people have done and how they plan on celebrating the next 31 days, because it is one of the greatest times, and the community for Halloween is wonderful. Everybody, for the most part, is very celebratory and, very, I guess, very welcoming and appreciative of the other people that love Halloween. And that's wonderful. I hope that never changes, because it's a great community. It's got a ton of people, and I hope it continues to grow, and I hope that I help with that. So thank you, as always, for listening to me talk about, I kind of have that Seinfeld mentality. This is a podcast about nothing, but it really isn't. I hope it's enjoyable. I hope I don't sound like a maniac, and you enjoy the conversation. I hope it feels like I'm just sitting in the car talking to you while, we just drive down the road. So until next time, preserve Halloween.